Oh, let's talk about Greece. Imagine a place with islands that are a true piece of paradise on Earth, breathtaking beaches, and endless adventure. That place is Greece, a perfect destination for those planning an unforgettable vacation. This country is a melting pot of natural charms blended with a culture that is pure magic. Just think about it. 12 gods living up there on Mount Olympus with Zeus, that all-powerful one, remember? Greece. Oh, it's not just one of the oldest countries we know, full of stories that seem to come straight out of an adventure book. And the landscapes, they are jaw-dropping. But believe me, that's just the beginning. Greek culture is incredibly rich, and the beauty of the country is known worldwide. But there are many more amazing things and even some quirky facts waiting for you. For example, did you know that the ancient Greeks loved a good physical exercise and did it in the nude? And there's more. The word idiot. Can you believe it came from Greek? And at the beginning, it didn't even have that annoying connotation it has today. And to surprise you even more, did you know that Greece is the world champion when it comes to sex? Yes, Greece is full of surprises like that. So, get ready, because today our tour is through Greece, the cradle of civilization, and we're going to discover all these fantastic peculiarities. In this charming corner of southeastern Europe, a country dazzles with its rich cultural and historical tapestry. Emerging around 1100 BC, this nation became the stage where philosophy, the arts, Western civilization, and surprisingly, democracy thrived. According to UN data, Greece stands out as the third most populous country in southern Europe, home to approximately 11 million souls. Despite its impressive legacy, it has faced recent difficult times. The economic crisis of 2008 to 2009 shook its foundations, leading to high unemployment and a noticeable decrease in its GDP. A curious and admirable fact about Greece is that its ancestors were pioneers of democracy. This is something to marvel at, especially in an era dominated by kings and tyrants. The ancient Greeks, with a forward-thinking vision, chose to give a voice to the people, a revolutionary concept for their time. It's important to note that democracy was not a widespread practice throughout Greece and differed significantly from what we understand as this system today. In Athens, this pioneering metropolis, a revolutionary concept of political administration was born, where every adult man who had completed his military service was granted the right to vote. Interestingly, in ancient Greece, the word idiot emerged. However, you see, it didn't carry the pejorative weight it does today. Originally, this term simply distinguished the common citizen from those immersed in academic studies or actively involved in politics and public service. As many know, Greece is the cradle of democracy, a system highly valued by the Greeks because they understood that a lack of civic engagement could lead to their downfall. They believed that everyone should be engaged and well-informed about public issues. In other words, not be idiots in the original sense. And since we're talking about Athens, the birthplace of democracy, it's interesting to note that it is the capital and the largest city of Greece, with a population just a little over 3 million inhabitants. Athens, a city steeped in history and culture, boasts an impressive title. It is known as the world capital of theater. Surpassing famous destinations like Broadway in New York and the West End in London, this Greek metropolis stands out with its 148 theatrical stages, scattered throughout its vibrant streets. It's no wonder it has gained such recognition, considering that ancient Greece was the birthplace of fundamental theatrical genres like comedy, tragedy, and satire. The historical richness of Athens goes beyond theater. With over 3,400 years of history, it is not only the oldest city in Europe, but also one of the oldest in the world. It is home to the magnificent Acropolis, among other spectacular monuments, which are silent witnesses to a deep history. Greek mythology plays a central role in the city's identity, as evidenced in the legendary rivalry between Poseidon, the god of the seas, and Athena, the goddess of wisdom and war, for the city's patronage. Each offered a gift to the Athenian people, thus contributing to the rich cultural tapestry that Athens displays today. Athena, the goddess of wisdom, bestowed upon the inhabitants a majestic olive tree, while Poseidon, the god of the seas, granted them water. The people, assessing the gifts, chose the olive tree for its multiple utility. It provided olive oil, food, and wood, all essential for daily life. Not surprisingly, Greece excels in olive production, reaching an impressive mark of approximately 2.2 million tons annually. This volume places the country in a prominent position, surpassed only by Spain and Italy in production volume. Furthermore, Greece takes pride in producing a greater variety of olives than any other nation. A surprising fact about Greek olive trees is that some, planted there in the distant 13th century, continue to bear fruit to this day. A true testament to time. Greek lands are dotted with approximately 6,000 islands and islets, of which only 227 are inhabited. This vast archipelago ensures that no point in the country is more than 137 kilometers away from the sea, a constant reminder of Greece's deep connection to the ocean and its maritime traditions. Each Greek island is a universe of its own, boasting a distinct culture and stunning landscapes. Regardless of which island you choose to explore, one thing is certain: a breathtaking view of the Mediterranean will be there to enchant you. These crystal-clear waters are undoubtedly one of the main attractions for those seeking to experience the magic of Greece. Speaking of popular destinations, Santorini, often called the Island of Lovers, is one of the most sought-after tourist spots. Every year, millions of people are drawn to its iconic white houses, blue-domed churches, and the stunning sunset that paints the sky orange. However, few know that Santorini hides an impressive secret. It is, in fact, an active volcano. Although it has remained dormant since its last eruption in 1950, the idea of being on top of a volcanic caldera may come as a surprise to many visitors. Imagine relaxing on a paradise island, paying in euros for the unique experience of being above a dormant lava mass. Here's another fascinating detail. Those white houses we mentioned earlier are not exclusive to Santorini. They are a common charm on several Greek islands. But did you know that the choice of the color white is not just an aesthetic preference? Due to Greece's predominantly sunny climate, which is one of the sunniest countries in the world, with over 250 sunny days per year, this hue plays a crucial role. White is excellent for reflecting intense sunlight, helping to keep the houses cooler and preventing them from turning into real ovens under the Greek sun's heat. And what about the colorful doors? They don't have exactly a practical function like the white paint on the houses. The vibrant doors are more of a touch of tradition or even superstition. In places like Santorini, blue predominates on doors, windows, stairs, and fences. Many believe that this color creates a kind of protective shield against evil, adding not only beauty, but also special meaning to the constructions. In the Greek islands, the color of doors used to have a special meaning. In Mykonos, for example, the door colors reflected the professions of the inhabitants: blue for sailors and green for farmers, while other professions opted for red. This tradition of colors serves as a fascinating window into the past and the lives of the island's residents. Speaking of Mykonos, this island is not far behind Santorini in terms of tourist attraction. Mykonos is a place that perfectly harmonizes the serenity of stunning beaches with the vibrancy of some of Europe's liveliest parties. It's a perfect destination for both those seeking tranquility and those looking to experience European nightlife. And speaking of breathtaking landscapes, we can't forget to mention Zakynthos, an island that surprisingly doesn't get as much mention as it should on the list of the most visited Greek islands. One of its most famous landmarks is Navagio Beach, known for its white pebbles surrounded by limestone cliffs and the iconic shipwreck of the Panayotis. This smuggling ship, which sank in the 1980s, has become an unmistakable symbol of the island, attracting visitors from around the world to admire its unique and mysterious beauty. Oh, if you're looking for a place that's a true refuge from the hustle and bustle, let me introduce you to Kefalonia, or Kefalonia, as you prefer to call it. This island stands out for its lush landscape, filled with greenery, more intense than on other islands in the region. That doesn't mean that Kefalonia is any less impressive, quite the opposite, just to clarify. One of its treasures is Lake Melisani, hidden inside a cave. There, the turquoise waters shimmer under a beam of natural light, creating a charming spectacle that seems to spread throughout the entire cave. And speaking of charm, it's impossible to ignore Greek cuisine. Have you heard of the famous Mediterranean diet? Get ready, because around every corner, you'll find a cozy restaurant serving irresistible dishes that follow this diet. It's famous for including fish, olive oil, an abundance of fresh vegetables, whole grains, a good red wine, nuts, and a variety of other ingredients that are both delicious and healthy. Oh, Greek cuisine, a true feast for the senses, full of flavors and aromas that evoke the enchanting landscapes of Greece directly. Think of souvlaki and gyro, two delights that combine perfectly seasoned meats, and moussaka, this wonder that layers eggplant and lamb under a creamy white sauce. And we can't forget about feta cheese, a true icon of Greek cuisine, which adds a special touch to so many dishes. Interestingly, this rich Mediterranean diet has been associated with some impressive physical and health attributes of Greeks. Greek men, for example, are notable for their height, ranking among the tallest in the region. And believe it or not, this diet also contributes to the remarkable longevity of Greeks, who are among the longest-lived people in the world. But here's a curiosity that might surprise you. Did you know that ancient Greeks are considered the precursors of pizza? Yes, that's right. Although many of us automatically associate pizza with Italy, Italians actually drew inspiration from ancient Greeks to create their famous version. In ancient Greece, it was customary to bake flatbreads and top them with ingredients like olive oil, herbs, spices, and dates. Who would have thought, right? Greece, with its incredible cuisine, is truly a fascinating place. Picture a serene afternoon where you embark on a relaxing walk, culminating in a moment of rest by the seaside. There, seated at a charming bar, you savor a glass of exquisite wine. It sounds like a dream, doesn't it? This appreciation for physical activity dates back to ancient times, especially in Greece. But there's an intriguing curiosity. Ancient Greeks practiced their exercises in a very different way from ours. They didn't care about clothing during exercise. In fact, they did it completely naked. Yes, that's right, as naked as the day they were born. Speaking of which, did you know that the very word gymnastics has its roots in this practice? It derives from gymnos, which means naked. Curious, isn't it? Now, changing the subject, let's talk about the Greek people. Greeks are known for their joyful, welcoming spirit and a deep pride in their origins. They highly value their cultural heritage, speaking with enthusiasm and love for their homeland. And it's no wonder, considering that they keep ancient traditions alive, manifesting in their dances, wedding rituals, and various celebrations, perpetuating a rich and fascinating cultural legacy through the ages. Interestingly, to this day, a rather unique tradition endures: the act of smashing plates in wedding celebrations. This custom, with its roots dating back approximately 4,000 years, was originally practiced at the entrance of the newlyweds' home. Ancient Greeks, believing strongly in the influence of spirits, would break plates to create a loud noise, aiming to ward off evil entities. Furthermore, this cultural peculiarity extends to moments of mourning, where the smashing of plates symbolizes the breaking of the cycle of death that looms over the community. In another intriguing aspect that mirrors Greek society, there is a notable statistical fact. Greece stands out for having one of the lowest suicide rates in the entire European Union. Interestingly, when it comes to sexual activity, it is impossible not to mention the Greeks, who seem to lead in this aspect. An international survey conducted by the company Rex, known for the production of condoms, revealed intriguing data. Nearly 30,000 individuals over 16 years of age from 26 different nations participated, and Greece emerged as a true epicenter of sexual activity. In this country, now known for its sexual fervor, the annual average of intimate encounters per person is 164. That's right, you read it correctly. Furthermore, the study highlighted that Greeks have a particularly intense libido, with 87% of adults engaging in sexual intercourse at least once a week. This frequency surpasses that of any other country analyzed in the study. But there's more. The numbers are just the tip of the iceberg. Greece not only won the gold medal in this comprehensive survey of sexual habits in 26 countries, but Greek men also received extremely positive ratings from women regarding sexual performance, being ranked as the best partners. This raises an interesting question. Are we talking about true Greek gods when it comes to the art of love? It's quite possible that the echoes of Greek cultural heritage still resonate strongly in our contemporary society. Consider this. The ancient Greeks were recognized for their open, tolerant, and non-judgmental approach to sexuality, a remarkable characteristic for their time. Who knows? Perhaps it's this liberal spirit, combined with the recognized benefits of the Mediterranean diet, that contributed to the remarkable happiness and longevity in that culture. Have you had the chance to visit Greece? What captured your attention there? Was it the stunning islands or some peculiar aspect of the culture? We'd love to hear more about your experience. Share with us in the comments. And if you enjoyed this conversation about Greece, remember to leave a like, share with friends, and subscribe for more content like this. A big hug, and until our next encounter.